Hello guys and welcome back to a brand new video. In this video we're going to be talking about the flight characteristics and setup of my Avanti S. So basically it's a flight review and setup review all together of my Avanti S. So with that said, I hope you'll enjoy the flight. It's about I think 3-minute flight. Little short. Usually I can fly around 4 to 5 minutes with this plane, but enjoy it and then we'll come back here and talk about flight characteristics and all of that. So go ahead and watch that flight and I'll see you back at home in the shop.
Yeah. Er war knapp an dem Baum.
So guys, now that you're back here with me, let's talk about flight characteristics on this plane. So first thing I want to go through with is the setup of the plane. So let's start on the exterior of the plane. So basically the exterior of the plane on control throws will start. So basically aileron, everything, I just fully maxed it out. I maxed it out until it hit. So it's basically all until it hits until the servo can't go anymore, and until it's maxed out. That's until where I put all of my surfaces. So you can see ailerons, max throw, elevator, max throw. Everything's max throw until it hits. So on the rudder servo, I've gotten this. Hope you can see it. No, that's not the rudder. Set up until it hits the max, and in this direction, this is the max. So I just set everything up until you can't put any more throw into it. Same for elevator. The servo is all at the bottom, hit out. And then let's talk flap setup. So flap setup, I went with half flaps. That's landing gear. So let's measure that out for you guys, so you know how much flap travel I have on half flaps. So look from the leading edge. That's 3.5 centimeters flap travel. So I've gotten 3.5 centimeters flap travel on half flaps, and then on full flaps it's pretty much 90 degrees. So if I put a 90-degree angle on here, yeah, that's 90-degree flaps. If I put the 90-degree angle on here, that's definitely perfectly 90 degrees. Just it's more speed brakes than flaps. And also something else I did on the exterior is the landing gear doors. They work very well. I love them. I would have loved to keep them on, but I went a bit too low with full flaps, and I kind of made a belly landing, and it just ripped them off. So yeah, that's why I don't have the landing flaps, the gear fairings or gear doors. Why I don't have the gear doors on. So basically on the only thing that was better on the gear doors on the old one is they were more rigid. I could do as many belly landings with those as I wanted, they wouldn't come off. But those ones are definitely better, close, nicer, and all of that. And also generally this jet is a lot faster than the old one. I really recognized it. It sounds a bit like some people at the flying field say it's a flying hair dryer, the sound of it. I mean, I don't think it is, but they think in comparison to my big Avanti it's like a flying hair dryer. I think it sounds quite nice. It goes fast. It feels like it's a lot lighter than the old one in the air. The wheels, the gear also is a lot better constructed. The gear, all of it, is a lot heftier and everything than the old one. Like, if you look at this, I can just bounce on the gear, and that's all still perfectly intact. It's just very nice. I can put full pressure on that thing. Nothing happens. Very nice suspension. Works well in very thick grass. At the flying field where I fly right now, there's extremely thick grass. Like, it doesn't get mowed for a good 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks. And these wheels, this plane just handles it as if it would be perfectly mowed, like a perfectly mowed lawn, as if it would be a golf course. This thing takes it. It's just this plane, such amazing landing gear. You could literally fly this anywhere. And then you don't even have to talk about takeoff performance on this thing. The takeoff performance is crazy on this thing. It's crazy. I swear, this thing takes off faster than any bush plane. I think on asphalt, I once took it off in under a meter. So this thing here, I think it's around a meter. So it's a meter of 40 or 30 wingspan, and so basically I managed to get the plane off the ground in under a meter, or about a meter of runway, which is absolutely crazy. But that was of course with full flaps and full toga start, but it's absolutely crazy. This thing will handle anything. And also flying slow, you cannot stall this thing. This thing is like unstallable. Like I'm not saying this cause I love Sebat planes and stuff like that. This thing is just unstallable. The stall capabilities on this thing is the same like on a little Piper Cup that I have. It's really unstallable. You can pull fully. It will not snap on you. It will stall, of course. Every plane stalls at some point. But if you go gas full throttle down, pull fully up, all it will do is it will pull, and it will slowly drop like this. You can literally, if you had an emergency, just throttle out, full pull. It will literally, like this, it will drop slowly to the ground. It's so easy to fly. There's no way, like if you be a total beginner, pretty sure this would be like after you learn to fly an Easy Star, this could be your second plane. Like this plane is so simple to fly. I'm pretty sure you can fly it to near everywhere. I've been flying the old Avantis. Is like, I think this is my fourth one now, and the old Avantis, I've been flying them everywhere, the shortest runways everywhere. I put them through so many paces. It's just crazy. And this one is fairly new, and I'm pretty sure I already have over 50-60 flights on it. It's just so much fun to fly. Also, there's just, like, you cannot even explain how much fun this thing is to fly. It does everything. Basically, it does super slow rolls, super fast rolls. It's perfect in the knife edge. It locks in so nicely if you are able to do that correctly and have the right CG. It locks in. It's literally like a knife doing an edge. It's like perfection. You can't describe it. You have to really fly this thing on your own to just even be able to imagine how well this thing flies. And also the elevator capability. This thing makes turns so I could probably fly this thing indoors and like in the garage downstairs. This thing can fly so tight, everything. And the vertical, you don't even have to speak about that. The vertical is crazy on this plane. You can also see it in the video when I'm doing the slow flyby, going super slow. Then I just punch the throttle and out I am. The vertical on this thing never stops. That's a benefit on the new one, because I think it's lighter and has a bit more power. It has a bit more power for sure, but I think it's also a bit lighter than the old one. Because on the old one, if you punch it vertically up, it would stop at one point. But this one, it just keeps going. It's like my big avanti. It's like over the stars. Everything. And you can even do a flat spin with it. I managed to get it into a flat spin. So basically what I did for that, I just go full speed up and then throttle all the way down and wait until it drops. And as soon as it drops, I just go full elevator down and then go full rudder right. Because if I'm on the back, it tends to drop right. It only drops a wing on the back if you're backwards, and not if you're upright. So if you're on the back, it drops a wing to the right, but very slightly. And what I do then is I put full elevator input, full rudder right input, and then it goes into a flat spin. And then you slowly start putting throttle on, and it will actually make a pretty cool flat spin. And it's so easy to recover the plane. It really is. But otherwise, this plane just amazing. I've already mentioned it. It will do everything. It will do your perfect 4-point rolls. It will do your perfect knife edge. It will do perfect inverted flight, slow rolls, fast rolls. It will do I can't even count anymore. It does everything you could imagine. It really does. Something someone might have to test once is just putting a little vector thrust nozzle, 3D printed one on the back. I'm sure this thing will do everything more than a 3D aircraft. This thing is crazy. This is definitely my favorite airplane. I love this thing even more than my big Avanti, because this thing if I don't have time after school, want to go flying, I'm at home here. After school, I had my sports activities and I want to go flying, and I only have an hour time. It takes me like 20 minutes to go out, to drive out to the field, and then I only have 30 minutes left. And in these 30 minutes, I can get 8 flights in with this plane if I have charge packs, because it just flies so consistently. And I built this together on the field. I have the wings off, and I put it together, I think in a minute, in under a minute even, and just go flying. But it's so easy, and also the ESC, you could just go flights and flights and flights after each other, and this thing will not overheat. On the old version, I had the problem a few times. I even have a crash video of my old Avanti. It was one of my earlier videos earlier this year where I began to upload consistently, where the ESC just overheated. But on this thing, I can put flight after flight on it, and it just keeps on working. But now let's come to the inside and to the negatives of. It's not the Avanti itself; it's freewing planes itself. Let's come to the negative side of freewing planes. The main board. I'll get it out for you because I have some spare main boards. Where is this? I hope I have a spare main board somewhere. Here it is. Here it is. Oh, I even have the part that I love about the main board, and why I replaced it. So, let's come to setup and main boards and everything. So, the reason why I have 4 different Avantis is because of this stupid main board. So basically this main board I hated. By my first Avanti, the main board literally split in half. It got a crack right down here because of the G-forces, and then my first Avanti just went right plummeting into the tarmac, full speed, nothing recoverable. And then also something I had more than often is these connectors, these pins here, they slowly get loose, and in flight they get bad contacts, and then in flight it decides that one aileron is going to stop working now, then maybe one of the gears retract outwards while you're flying. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. This thing, this one going right here into the trash, never using it ever again. I'm gonna replace all of those as soon as I get the plane. Everything is gonna be like in this setup. If you want to watch rebuilding the plane, let's say it like that, installing a new fuselage, because I flew it into a power line, the first one, which wasn't my fault. It was a bad soldering spot of freewing, which again is why I solder my own connectors on. I don't trust freewing connectors, and because of that I lost control because the plane didn't have any power anymore because a soldering spot came off of the ESC and it went right gliding beautifully into the power line. But basically what I have in here now is I have gotten here, this is a Futaba 14 channel receiver, and what I did now is I took everything out. There's a BEC sitting on the ESC. That's overkill. I noticed that is the only thing I really didn't need in the setup is the BEC. Basically, also what it does, what I could have kept the main board for is the lights, because the lights will not properly work without that main board. So I'll probably have to have the main board in only for those lights, which is a bit of a downside, and I don't like having the main board in, but that is how it is, and that's how I'll probably have to do it in the future. Just have that main board in for the lights, because there really is no other choice, otherwise you burn down the lights. In this plane, the solution that I got for my lights is I put a black 4 uni light right in the back of here. I'll make some pictures which will be at the end of this video of all of this setup in here, and basically I just have the uni light in here. I didn't program it or anything. I was lazy to do that. I just wanted to go out and fly this thing. So I'll probably leave the main board in because of the light. That's the only reason why I would leave the main board in. I probably at the end then hide it somewhere where you can't really see it, because I just absolutely hate that thing. And basically, yeah, what I did then is I took a 14 channel Futaba receiver, because those are laying around everywhere in my room and we never really use them, because we usually always put power boxes in big planes like that. This receiver used to be in my Black Horse MiG-29 and in my L-39 from Black Horse, which both of them are not very flight capable anymore. But we have something assorted for this. We might try to convert one of the new MiG-29 from Black Horse that's meant for turbine into these two EDFs that have more than enough power. But let's go back to this. So basically, I have the receiver in here. This is the main brain. Also, one reason why I installed that is so I have full programmability, because on my father's Avantis, what happens sometimes is that one of the elevators had more travel than the other ones, and it was so significant he couldn't really change it by adjusting it manually, because it was just such a significant change, and that was really annoying. And with this setup, I have the choice to program everything absolutely separately, and also that's a lot safer in my opinion. Right now I'm using up 13 of the 14 channels, so almost everything, because it takes a lot of channels. This plane there, you can just see there how many channels. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 landing gear, 6 7 in front, and just a lot, 8 the servo in front. It's just a lot of servo power that has to come. And if when 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 alone, that's alone moving things in here. Then you have the lights, that's 10 already, and then I have the back is 11 12, and for something I have I have 2 light inputs, so that's 13 14, but that's not really necessary. So I'm pretty sure you could get away with 10 inputs. Yeah, something like that. 10 yeah, 10 exactly 10 inputs, because of your ESC. And yeah, but basically what I did is I made up a custom carbon board. I'll make pictures of that. You also could have seen it if you go ahead and watch my video where I replaced the fuselage. I go in detail. I made a huge carbon board, basically goes from here all the way back here. It's a huge carbon board that goes in there. It screws in on the same places like where the normal board screws in, and that's basically it. And then I painted the inside, which really just looks nice. And battery wise, I have in SLS Xtron 5000 milliamps 6S. These are the 6S batteries I use. They work perfectly. I can get so much flight time. I can get up to 5 minutes flight time out of this plane if I wouldn't fly full speed all of the time. If I would just fly like a normal person, I'd probably get 6 minutes out of this battery. It's really a great battery. So the battery is sitting about there. We're on the normal tray. It depends. If you want a bit of an FCG, I used to have the battery right here. Flies fine. It can get a lot slower like that. In the slow flights, I had a lot more stability, and it will go a lot more into a high alpha before it stalls. And if you want to be able to do some flat spins, that's where you want to have the battery. So right there where this starts, that's where you want to have the battery. Right where this front hole starts. Right now for normal flying, where I'd like it when it's the most locked in, is right on the height of these screws. So that's just where I like that. And with that said, I hope I explained everything exactly, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please, I know that a few hundred people most of the times watch my videos. Please interact with me by commenting what I should maybe do, what you want to see. Also on the Corsair, we're going to go, because on the 6th, It's on the 8th of June is a warbird meeting in Kitzbühel-Kössen. If there, I really want to get that plane finished till then and fly it there. I have a lot in storage. We're gonna redo the cockpit and everything, make it look absolutely scale and cool. And yeah, with that said, thanks for watching. And one more thing, for the weekend flying, please comment which planes you want me to see flying, because I have more than enough planes. And yeah, basically it's now Thursday, and on the weekends I'm gonna go flying, and I'm gonna show you which plane I'm gonna take with me and go through my hangar, which is relatively small. It's mostly this what's standing here, and then my freewing F-16 is lying there. So you can basically decide at the end what I should fly in the weekend. So yeah, with that said, I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. A lot of you watching are not subscribed. I'd really love to get at least like something like maybe 200, 300 subscribers at the end of the year. It would really make me happy. It's free and you would support my channel a lot. And then if I can monetize this channel, maybe you'll see more jets on this channel and a lot more fun projects, a lot more foamy reviews, because right now I'm really limited to all of the planes that I get right now. And I know it's a lot that my father buys me. I'm very grateful for that, but in order so I can make more reviews for you, I have to monetize the channel so I can buy my own planes, and it would just really make me happy if we reach that goal at the end of next year. So don't forget to hit the subscribe, like, and press the thumbs up, press the bell if you want to see updates or get notified if I upload further videos. And with that said, sorry for this video being a bit long and a lot of chatting, but I'll see you in the next one, and I hope you enjoyed this video. See you at the field.